Okay, there we go. Hi, happy Thursday. Welcome to our team Zoom, our Gold Rush Zoom. I have notes here, so I didn't want to forget anything to talk about. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I can't, oh, it's gonna, hold on. It'll take a minute to pop up. Okay, does everybody see my screen? Gotta figure out how to move this. Okay. All right, here is our Gold Rush and above Zoom, and we're going to be diving right in. Okay, the first slide is jumping right into it. Um, Hold on, I gotta move this. Anyway, remember why you started. I want everybody to take a moment and think about why you started. Before we talk about where we're going, think about where you were when you started. Ask yourself what it was about the person who introduced you to Plexus that made you finally say yes. What qualities did they consistently show that made you want to be part of what they were doing? And what made you keep them? What made you keep watching them? I feel like a lot of the time when we're getting started with sharing, we forget what it was that caught our eye when we were watching our friend and watching our upline. Oh, hell no. Don't do this to me. She done jumped all the way to the end of the slide. Oh my God. What in the hell is happening? It keeps jumping all the way to the end.
You have to hit like there's an arrow on the side or hit your arrow on your screen to go over. If you click
Okay.
like on the screen like in normal PowerPoint, it'll go all the way to the end.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's funny because like when I had done it earlier, like just like clicking through it, it was fine. And now all of a sudden I'm scared to click again that it's gonna
You
jump.
see the arrow at the bottom next to like the 1 to 21?
Yeah.
Like that arrow, that'll take you to the next one.
Okay. Whew, I don't know. It's never done that before. Okay, so you want to be the person that people want to follow. Most people don't join because of one post. They join because they watched you consistently show up. They saw belief, consistency, confidence, authenticity, and a person who was growing. So if someone is watching you today, would they see the same qualities that made you say yes? So for me, when I started 2 years ago, I watched Jess for years. Like years. I watched when she bought her house, which I loved. When I saw her house, I was like, oh my goodness, obsessed. I watched that she stayed home with her kids. She wasn't clocking into a job. Like she was living the life that I was like, I want that. I don't want to have to clock in anywhere. I don't want to go back to work. I want to be able to stay home and I want to be able to afford this beautiful house and do all this thing. There was that a little bit of like that. I don't know if envy is bad. I don't think envy is bad. I think jealousy is bad and envy is like, I'm envious of you. Like I am proud of you for doing it and I want it too. So I was very envious of her and I trusted her because she was consistent and she always followed up with me for these however many years that she wanted me on her team. She was following up and she was reaching out. It was not because of a graphic. She didn't post a graphic that made me go, oh, I want to do that. No, it was the way that she showed up and the way that she was consistent and herself and had this life that I wanted for myself. Okay. So, um, hold on. I also wanted to add another thing to that as well. Another thing is when we're posting, hold on, maybe it's not on this one. Okay, no. Is there a way to go back? Oh, just click back.
Yeah, just the back
Oh,
arrow by the
okay.
five.
Another thing that I wanted to add to is she was not negative and she was not complaining online. She never had a negative post or a negative thought. And if you're constantly, I know like we get on Facebook and we put whatever we're going through out there, but if you're constantly putting negative things out there, you attract negative people. And what then you're going to come to me and say, nobody wants to do this with me. Well, because everybody that you've attracted is negative because you're negative. So if you put more positive things out there, you'll get more positive people surrounding you. Don't go on Facebook posting about how you don't have money, but yet you're trying to share the business opportunity and how you make money. Don't go on Facebook saying how you're so tired, but you're trying to share a clean, long-lasting energy drink. People are gonna be like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Now, I'm not saying you got to be fake about it. But there's just some things that you got to show up differently. If you want to elevate yourself and your business, then you can't be on Facebook sharing your every thought. You got to reel it in a little bit. And you got to remember, like, I want to attract the right people. I want to attract people that want more in their life and that are happy and positive and ready to do it. Okay, not people who just sit around and are the victim to their circumstances and not wanting to be unstuck and do the things. So just wanted to add that in there. Okay, so growth requires getting uncomfortable. Gold is built outside of your comfort zone. So ask yourself, how are you pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone this week? What is something that you've been wanting to do, but have been nervous for that you're going to be judged for it? And what actions would you take if you weren't worried about other people's thoughts? So I also wanted to explain what is getting uncomfortable. What does that look like? And when I was going for Emerald in May, this was all the things that I was doing. I was messaging and texting old customers. I was reaching out to inactive customers. And I don't just mean level one customers. I was texting level two customers, strangers that I didn't even know. Okay. Because I have some people in my back office from all over because of an old ambassador who came in and got all these people, and she didn't know them and I didn't know them. So I was reaching out to them and saying, hey, you still have your account open? Would you like to order? Would you like me to close it for you? Messaging these strangers, starting new conversations every day. I was always talking to people, doing the open door message. We have an open door message. If you haven't heard about the open door message, I'm sure your upline can get you the open door message. I followed up more than once. I was in people's messages every week. Hey, sending that little GIF waving, like, I'm not here for you to play around. You came to me for help, so let me help you. I'm here. I got goals. Um, the open door messages, I checked in with all of my ambassadors to see where they were at, what their goals were, what they needed help with. I posted it in Facebook groups. I help friends get plus ones. Like, I had a level one who was telling me that her friend was interested, and I knew her friend. So I messaged her friend for her and started talking to her and telling her about the products and what she was interested in, and I worked it out. And then when she was ready to order, I just created a cart under my friend with my friend that we can do now in our back office. And I said, there you go, you got your first plus one. Keep an eye out on your thank you cash that you'll be receiving. I hosted messenger events. Pretty much, if there was an idea, any idea that popped in my head, I did it right away. I did not think about it. I just did it. I had nothing to lose. And that is how I pretty much grew my business to gold. When I was starting out, any idea that I had, I was going to Jess, and I had an idea like every other day. And I was like, Jess, I think I want to do this. And she's like, great, let's do it. I think I want to do this. Okay, great, let's do it. I think I want to do this challenge, or I think I want to do, an IPA, or I think I want any idea I brought to her and we did it. Now, did all of them work out? No. Some might not work out, and that's okay. But success doesn't come from the one perfect idea. It comes from giving yourself as many opportunities as possible. Actions create opportunities, and do not let fear stop you from creating those opportunities. So I was not waiting for somebody to respond to me. I was not waiting for my team to want to do all the things. I wasn't asking for permission. I showed up with confidence, and I wasn't waiting for the perfect time. I leaders take action, and any idea, even now to this day, any idea I have, literally within 20 minutes, I have it put together. And y'all know I'm just winging it. I figure it out as I go. I get out of my comfort zone. I get a little uncomfortable with it and being like, okay, how am I going to navigate this? But if we sit here and say, oh, I have this idea, and we don't take action, we're going to end up talking ourselves out of it. And then we're still going to be stuck. So if you're trying to get unstuck, whatever idea you have, do it, go for it, try it, get a little uncomfortable. Okay. Now, another thing that I think this is one of the most important parts, and this is kind of what I talked about earlier about when you're showing up negative and you're commenting negative things, you're posting negative things, even if you might not think it's like anything crazy, but like just showing up with it, maybe you're just complaining about things and it's always something, that's the people you attract. And I think it is so important to protect your vision when it comes to doing this business. Not everybody will understand your vision, and that's okay. Growth requires being intentional about the voices you allow to influence you. So ask yourself, are the people you are the people around you encouraging to your growth or making you question it? Are you being supported with people who challenge you to become better? Are you protecting the vision you have for your future? So, people will always have an opinion, but your goals are bigger than their opinions. You are building more freedom, more income, more impact, a different future. Like you are dreaming bigger for you and your family. And remember, do not allow disrespect to become just a joke because the people that are around you should support what you're doing and your growth. They should not mock your dreams, minimize your goals, and make you feel small. Sometimes protecting your vision, it means creating distance from those people who don't support you. Um, and your peace, your growth, and your future is worth protecting. Um, for me, I experienced this when I first started sharing. I had a friend who was always mocking me and always joking about my pyramid scheme and this, that, and the third. And in the beginning, I would laugh with her. It was jokes, whatever. And then once I was ready to elevate my business and take myself more serious, probably when I hit gold, I was like, you know what? This actually isn't funny. This is actually disrespectful to me and my business and what I'm doing. So I think that person needs to be put at a distance. And other people can say, oh, that's just her. That's just her personality. Great. That's great. I don't want that around me. If you're going to mock what I'm doing and take my business as a joke, that's fine. We'll just keep you at a distance. And this could even be, I know a lot of y'all are like, my husband's not very supportive. Keep him at a distance. Find a new husband. No, just kidding. Just kidding. But for real, like if your husband is not supporting you, that right there is going to be Casey laughing. That right there is going to be the biggest thing that stops you from having success. If the person that you lay next to, that you're with all the time, is not supporting your dreams and your vision and thinks it's a joke, then you better have a long conversation with him if you want this. Or you might as well just don't even worry about trying to get to gold because it's not going to happen. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, I did this shit again. Hold on. Let me click on back. Okay. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to unpack with all of that?
I literally just love everything you said.
Thank
I
you.
hopped on a little late. but it's resonating with me so much, and I had to put my camera off because I started crying. Um, Megan has like a good idea of like everything I'm going through right now, and literally just like trying to keep people at a distance who do not support, understand the vision is like it's so monumental in my life, and I don't know why I need so much of that validation to feel like what I'm doing is good enough. I'm not sure what I went through really in my life, that pivotal moment that made me feel that way, but something about, and I was also telling, because we were on a Zoom call with Jason earlier, something about maybe just like what I've been taking with Plexus, the Vital Biome, like I feel just like unstoppable, unbothered. Like
Yeah.
my confidence has gone through the roof. It's given me this like physical change within my body, and I love it. And but also I think just like the community of Plexus has been keeping me headstrong because but also what I was explaining to Megan and Jason, like at the end of the day, it to me it's not like of course we want to make money from it, but I had to get down to the bottom of what my why was. It started
Hmm.
off about like how I wanted to make a change with my IVF, but then I got because of like my hormonal imbalance and the stress and depression and everything. Um, but then it got down to the bottom of it, and I realized my why was because I want to give the help to people who never gave me that help. Like, and I also realized maybe I had a hard time asking for help or something, but I also guess maybe I thought people would just see my struggles and like know how to like assist me in that regard. So now that I have a good understanding of that, my sense of self and like the direction in my life, I've literally had to cut so many people out of my life, and I've never felt
Yes.
more alone than ever before, including like family. Like I've
Yeah.
never felt like to protect your peace is so important. And for the people around me, they don't understand that. They're like, what's wrong with you? You're being selfish. Like you're being so like, and I'm
Mm.
like, am I though? Like, I mean, I think it's a
Yeah.
boundary.
Great. No, I agree 100% with that. And sometimes that's a hard thing to do. Like that's scary. It's uncomfortable when you're like, wait, these people are my friends, or I thought they were my friends, and now I got to distance myself because I'm trying to level up. Like I'm trying to dream bigger for myself and I want more for myself and I'm capable of so much more, but I feel like they're holding me back. And it's like the energy that they bring brings you down. And then you feel embarrassed with what you're doing because you're trying to dream bigger, but they're making you feel embarrassed and like silly for that. And I do love Vital Biome. That is what I started with. So it does definitely help chill you out. But yeah, it's definitely very important to kind of reevaluate who you're surrounding yourself with. And like, what's that saying? You are the five people you surround yourself with the most, or something like that. Like, you show quality. So if you surround yourself with a bunch of negative, hateful people, then you're the fifth negative, hateful person. But when you surround yourself with people who are dreaming bigger and leveling up and wanting more, then you become that. And you want to always be around people that are doing better than you. At least I do. I want to be in rooms of people who are better than me and more successful than me because I want to be that fifth person in the room that is also successful.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, anybody else? Okay. All right. We are going to talk about projected points. I know nothing will send me into a spiral more. And if somebody tells me, well, my projected points say I'm going to be the, okay. Projected points do not equal a guarantee point. Okay. Projected points are not a promise. They are not a finish line. They are a snapshot of where your business is at that moment. If you ever look at your projected points, who has ever done this? They looked at their projected points the next month and been like, oh, look at me go. Oh my God. If you're that person, if you're like, oh, I fear that's me, we're leveling up. And if you see a projected point, you need to be like, how can I make that bigger? I don't like that. I want it higher. Okay. I want it closer to what I want my rank to be. So projected points only work when you do the work. Daily activity, daily activities matter. Customer care, new conversations, following up, plus one, events, new customers. Your projected points are like the points of like subs that are on in that moment. They can drop anytime because if the sub is on, but the credit card declines, oh, that drops your projected points. Or if somebody goes in and turns off their sub, that drops your projected points. So customers, like, they're gonna cancel, people are gonna change their mind, life is going to happen. So you're always gonna want to replace activity with new activity. So projected points are great for you to have maybe an idea of what you need to do, but it's not a guarantee. Do not base your business off of that. I barely pay attention to that number, because it only works if you're working your business and you're doing the things. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything to unpack on that? Okay. All right. Now we are going to get into mapping everything out. This is my favorite part. But before we do that, okay, when we map it out, we don't want to just wing this. When we're going into a month and we have a goal, and this is for any rank, it does not matter what rank you are. I know we're doing gold because we're talking about Gold Rush, but this applies. I even do it for pushing Emerald. Like, I'm doing this same thing. So mapping out your month gives you clarity on where you're going, intention behind your actions, and a game plan for how you'll show up. The plan is your guide, not a guarantee. Things will change, people will surprise you, opportunities come up. You have to be willing to adjust, remap, pivot, but don't go into the month with no direction. Consistency plus flexibility equals growth. So if you want to grab a pen and paper, if you're somebody who wants to map out how to get yourself to goal, this would be the time to do it. Okay. So when we're mapping out our month, oh my God. Why isn't this slide working? Did all my pretty little thingies that I made not work? Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to close this. Uh, that's so annoying. I had it all pretty and supposed to like come in at different times, and it's not working. Okay. All right, can y'all see this? Like, you can see this screen, right? Okay, so let's map it
We
out.
can see Let's Map. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can see it
Okay.
now.
I don't know why. I'm gonna have to just move this over here. Okay. I freaking hate this computer. I have like the oldest computer. It probably needs to be, there's probably some virus on it why it doesn't work properly because it's so old. Okay. So when we're mapping everything out, so we're going to go based off of our level 1 leader leg. So whenever you're mapping anything out in your business, you are only really focusing on your level 1. So your level 1 leader legs, write them down. Those are leader legs or business builders. I think somebody's unmuted. Oh, hold on, I can do it. Okay. So those are leader legs or business builders, are people that are silver and above and are working the business. So you're going to list all of those people out. And then you're going to think about your potential silvers, write them down. Those are customers who maybe already have a +1, or maybe someone who has talked about that they're like interested in sharing. And then there's going to be your personal growth, like what you are doing in your personal business. Write it down. This is how many customers you are enrolling and retaining. Okay. So this was supposed to all come in at different times, so you're just going to have to see it all. So for gold, I have my example here. I have my level 1 leader leg, Emily, and I'm going to be so honest with myself. I'm not going to be delusional here. And I'm really going to think about where Emily can end up. Okay. So I think that Emily can hit senior silver, and senior silver is 50 points. So you're going to put Emily and how many points you think that she could get you. I usually base it off of like what rank that they could be at. But anyway, I think Emily can get to senior silver. And then I'm going to think about my potential silver. So I have somebody, Christina, and I think I could get Christina to silver. Now, silver is having her help 3 friends. Okay, so silver is 18 points. So I'm going to write down 18. So that all right there, I already have 68 points. 50 plus 18 is 68. And then I'm going to dive into my personal growth. And I know that I want to enroll 3 new level 1s. And that is like really the bare minimum. I think that is the goal everybody should have every single month. We are trying to enroll at least 3. We're trying to re-rank silver every single month with helping 3 friends. So I'm going to help 3 friends. And that is going to get me 18 points because if you have seen the point graphic, and if it's not something that you know, make sure you ask for it and learn it. Every level 1 of 100 PV gets you 6 points. And I'm going to help 3 friends with 100 PV. So that's going to get me 18 points. And then I'm going to think about how many customers I'm going to retain. Now, if I'm going gold, I was at senior silver, and I know I probably have roughly about 9 customers because senior silver is roughly about 9 level 1 customers. But I think I can only retain at least 3 of them. So I'm going to write down retain 3 level 1s. There's my friends, and they're going to retain them with 100 PV. And there's my 6 points. That's 18. So I'm going to add all of those totals up, and that puts me at 104, which gold is 100 points. So that essentially is getting me to gold. That is what I have to do in this month to get to gold. I need to help Emily go senior silver. I need to help Christina go silver. I need to enroll 3 friends, and I need to retain 3 friends. And I know you've heard us say it over and over again, enroll, retain, grow. Okay. I'm going to do another example. So this is the same thing. Maybe you are somebody, you have a level 1 leg and Emily, and you think that she can only get you 10 points. She's not quite maintaining silver. She doesn't really do a whole lot. So you're thinking like, I could probably get 10 points from her. And then you have no potential silvers, nobody that you can think of. So none. So then that leaves me with 10 points. And then I have my personal growth is I'm at least enrolling 3 level 1s, 6 points each. I got my 18 points. And maybe I think I can retain at least 6 of my 9 customers. So that's 36. So that total is only 64. So now we have to figure out how are we getting those extra 36 points to get us to 100 points for gold. So this is where we're going to get a little uncomfortable. See what I did there? So we're going to reach out to Emily, and we're going to reach out to her customers personally. We are going to go to her customers that have not ordered, that aren't staying consistent, and see how we can help them. Say, hey, I'm friends with Emily. I helped her get started on her Plexus journey. I wanted to check in with you. I see that you haven't ordered your products, and I'd love to help you get started. Whatever. You're going to talk to Emily and be like, girl, I really want to see you hit or re-rank or get wherever, want to try to get her to re-rank silver. Maybe you can talk her into wanting to go to senior silver, whatever. And then we're going to help a current customer get their products paid for. I think a lot of the times when we're approaching like getting somebody to silver, we think that it's like, oh, they have to do the business. I need to find a business builder. I need a business builder. No, you presented to people of like getting your products paid for because that's truly what it is. That is not tricking them into doing the business or anything. You say, hey, do you have 3 friends to do this with you that'll cover the cost of your products? Great. And then you're probably like, well, then what do they do once they have their 3 friends? They have to like do the business. No, you're going to treat their friends as your level ones. So you're going to be supporting their friends when they're getting started and walking them through how to get started on their products and messaging them, seeing if you can help them go silver and help 3 friends. You're just going to adopt them as to your level ones. And then we're going to, maybe we have to enroll more people and retain more people. You're going to figure it out. You're going to map it out. And however you think realistically, not being, I mean, I'm all for being a little delulu, but in this situation, we want to be as real with ourselves as possible. Like, what do I actually think I could do? Like, for me, enrolling 9 people is crazy. I could never, I mean, I did one time enroll more than 9, but usually, no. So I don't think I would necessarily add more people to my enrollment because I know that that is not something that's not one of my strong areas. Now, maybe I would add another potential silver because I think my stronger area is creating silvers and helping friends get their products paid for. But you have to be so honest with yourself and really figure out where these points are coming from and how you're going to map that out. That's going to work for you and your business. Okay, so another thing that I want to add with this, understanding the points and everything. Hold on, let me move this out of the way. Oh, look, now it's going to want to work. Okay, so understanding the points. When you are first learning the ranking system, don't overwhelm yourself with the exact math. And this is just like a simple way to create a game plan because I'm going to give you a little example. Like Emily working towards senior silver. Senior silver is 50 points. Those are Emily's points. They're not the exact points that you'll be receiving if you're familiar with the point system. So technically, you're not getting the 50 points. You're not going to get 50 points from Emily. She's getting 50 points, not you. But knowing that helps you estimate how much momentum that person can create, where it could potentially put you, and what other pieces you may need to build. So as we learn the ranking system, you can do a more exact breakdown and start doing a more detailed mapping out. For me personally, when I'm mapping things out, like putting Emily at senior silver at 50 points, that's like basing it off of the 6 points. I do the math to base it off of the 5 points. But you don't have to worry about knowing that. You don't have to worry about knowing it all. And I feel like a lot of the times when you're first getting started, you want all the information. You want to know everything. You want to understand everything. And truly, take it from somebody who's doing this, has done this. The best way to learn is to just do it as you go and take the information as you go. You do not need it all at once because then you're just going to get overwhelmed and confused. So when I was doing it all with Jess, like she just taught me as I was in that position to need to know it. So like when I was going for gold, that's when I started learning about mapping. And this is how she explained it to me. She did not give any other details. And then as now working towards emerald, my mapping is a little bit way more exact because I know what I'm doing and I know the plexus math. And let me tell you, plexus math, at first, it can be so confusing. I promise it's super simple. And looking at it now, I'm like, it's not that hard. But when I was first learning it, I was like that emoji with all the math equations. I was like, what? But it's gonna take a minute. You don't need to know it all. You don't need to understand it all. Just learn as you go. And make sure you're actually retaining the information that you're learning. When your upline or whatever is telling you these things and supporting you through these things, make sure you're actually like remembering it and paying attention to it and learning it, not just being like, okay, going off of what they said, like learn it. Oh, okay. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to unpack with any of that mapping? I didn't do it for senior gold because it's the same. All the mapping is the same. You can do the same thing for mapping your way to senior gold, but that's just 250 points. Anybody? And lastly, use the resources that are available to you. You should never feel like you don't know what to do next. We have created resources to help you, to know what to post, to know how to show up, your daily non-negotiables, and know how to work your business consistently. And actually, in the newbies page, we're doing a weekly content idea. We'll have a month-long guide of content and what to do, a roadmap to being consistent, and the resource is always going to be there for you. Like it's always there for you to refer back to. It's not just this month, it's stuff that you can use forever. But the resources are there. You just have to use them. You don't need more information. You need to implement the information that you have, that you were given, that you've already received. And if you were unsure where to start, ask your upline. They are here to help you to learn and how to use the tools and build confidence in your business. And I think that's all I have for you. Also, I did want to say one last thing before I forget. Jess is out of town and she's in somewhere and she has like no service. She said her phone's on SOS. So if you need anything this weekend or while she's gone, let me know. I got you.
I also have a quick question because I'm talking to somebody, sorry, like right now on
Yeah.
not Snapchat, Instagram, and just like an old friend from college. He has something colitis. I would have to bring it back up, but he said he struggles with flare-ups.
Yes.
Is there something that would be recommended product-wise for that? Like
Yeah, so
flare-ups?
I would do well, it's not Triplex, the gut health system with the Slim microbiome and the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse. I actually have a customer with the same thing, the ulcerative colitis thing.
Mhm.
I don't and he's been consistent with the gut health system for a couple months and it has helped so much
Do you
with
have like
him.
any testimonials from that or like
Yes. If you
I'm
visuals that
tagging
I
you in them
can?
as we speak.
if you
Okay.
go
Thank
into
you,
the
you're
health
the
and
best.
happy if you go into the health and happiness lounge, are you part of that group, the health, yeah, the health and
Yeah,
happiness?
she's been invited. I don't know if you accepted it, Caitlin,
Oh my
but
gosh, my life is chaos. I'll go check.
I just tagged you in a couple.
But in
Okay.
that group, you can search like anything in there and a testimony will come up, like
Oh my gosh, awesome. Okay,
anything.
because I feel like that really helps because I feel like sometimes people look at me and they're like, yeah, no. Or like
Yeah,
sometimes it's like there's always that slight hesitancy because that's what took a while for me to really like believe in like Plexus myself. But it
right.
took a series of events to realize like I just needed change. So thanks for that, Megan and Jessica. I'll go look at that and pass that along to him.
I'm actually Isabel, but I'm
That's
way
Oh,
freaked out, but it's
she's
okay.
using
my
Jess's
gosh,
Zoom.
so bad
Yeah,
at
you're
names.
fine. No.
Isabel. I will now forever remember that because of this embarrassment.
Yes. Okay, perfect. I know I'm in Jess's thing because I don't pay for Zoom, so it would just like log me off after 30 minutes, but it's fine.
Okay.
Um, yeah, anybody else have anything to add with mapping anything out? Any questions? Need help with anything? Oh, look at Lindsay on. Okay, I see you. Look, now she's gonna be quiet. Okay. Alrighty, well, that is all I have for mapping everything out. I will save this recording and I'll post it so everybody can go back and always have it to watch. And I hope it was helpful. Okay, let me end this. Hold on, let me stop recording. I think I gotta stop recording first. Oh, y'all are stuck here with me. Awkward. Mm.
You got it.
I mean, y'all can leave. I just don't know how to, like, you can walk out. I just don't know how to stop it. There we go.
It's more entertaining staying.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know
Okay.
who said that, but accurate.
That's me. I'm like, it's more entertaining.